Hey guys, greetings from Serpent Consulting Services Private Limited, and a warm welcome to the third part of our series in which we are discussing Odoo plus Zoom meetings integration. So, guys, I hope you have been following the proper sequence of the videos because in our previous videos we discussed about some of the basic navigation and configuration, right? So we discussed about how exactly we are creating our account on Zoom and how we use some of its technical credentials to get it directly integrated with our Odoo's instance, right? So let's assume that we are done with the configuration and now it's time to directly start using this solution to create meetings and to work with calendars and to send invitations to our colleagues. And also, we'll be checking through the facts that how exactly the meetings are being reflected on our Zoom account as well, right? Okay, so I'm just getting inside our application. And as we said earlier, that the initial screen would be for Zoom backend, but we are not going to work with this screen anymore because we will directly be working with our calendar. Also, to remember that currently we have logged in with our admin account. In this particular demonstration, the admin will be creating a meeting, right? And we will be sending across the meeting invitation to one of our colleagues as well. And we will check that how exactly that particular colleague is receiving this meeting invitation on his calendar, right? So we are just going to have the detailed look inside how exactly we are working with the meetings, how we are creating meetings, and how the other person is getting the invitation for the same. So we simply can jump inside the calendar. Let me change it to a month's view from here so that it's very easy to schedule a meeting. And let's have a meeting on 20th of this month. It will simply be opening up a small screen, a small window, wherein we just need to name the meeting that you're going to have. Let's say it's going to be internal discussion. We can simply click on edit to add some more information into it. The name that we have given in our previous window, that will directly be showing up on the form as a meeting subject. Okay, attendees. So as I said that, okay, Mark Demo is one of my colleagues, and I just want him as well to attend this meeting with me, right? So we can mention other names as well. I mean, the people who you want to attend this meeting, we simply can enter their details, and accordingly, the associated mail address and calendar will be receiving this meeting invitation, right? So basically, we are having three tabs available. As you can see, that the meeting details, so wherein we are entering some of the basic detail pertaining to our meeting, and of course, when is the meeting? That's going to be the first question. So we are going to mention the date and time of our meeting. So let's say we already have selected 20th from the calendar, so that will automatically get selected. We just need to mention the time from the clock, and let's say we're going to have this meeting at 2:30 p.m. We have an option to make it all day, but of course some of the any internal discussion and in an office cannot last longer than that, so of course it's not going to be all day, but we have an option to make it an all day event, right? So we have an option for that, but making it blank, it will allow us to simply add the number of hours you feel that this meeting can take. So 2:30 on the date of 20th of August, 2:30 to 3:30, that's going to be the meeting duration, right? Then going further, we can add some tags to our meeting. We are having some generalized tags already configured within the system. Let's say it's going to be the internal discussion, so I can add the relevant option available from the menu. But again, if I want to add some more tags to this meeting, I always have an option for that, right? The other options includes the customer meeting, offsite meeting, open discussion. Let's say if you are going to, if any one person is not going to address the audience, but it's going to be an open discussion where everybody can share their views. So accordingly, we can select the right option from this particular menu. That's it. Reminder, again, that's one of the more important thing. Let's say if I want to get reminded 15 minutes prior to the meeting, I'll be selecting that. But again, the cool feature here is that we are having multiple options to get entered. Let's say I want the reminder for this meeting two times, 1 hour prior the meeting and 15 minutes prior the meeting. So I'll be selecting both so that I can be notified accordingly in my system on my screen, and I can plan my other activities accordingly. So that chances are very less that I'll be missing this particular meeting that I'm going to have. Location, let's assume that it's just going to be in our office, and if we are having something to mention in the description, and if you want that the other attendees also get some more idea about the agenda or about the topic that exactly we are going to discuss in this meeting, so that you can mention here in description. So the description goes here in this blank field. All right, so we are not going to save the meeting for now because we have some other options and we have some other information to add. Let's say the options, if it's going to be the recurrent meeting, then we have an option for that. Especially when it comes to the weekly recurrence of the meeting, we simply can get this particular check box selected, and we can choose to go with the days, the working days, especially when the recurrent meeting, the recurrence will happen, right? So let's go with the one single meeting for now. Then on the further options, we are having something to select for our privacy, right? So it will be more helpful when exactly you are going to share the meeting invitation to an open audience, to an open public, and if you don't want to uh, allow them with everything, so yes, we simply can select the appropriate privacy option from here, and accordingly we can manage our meeting, right? Then one more basic thing is that how we want to be shown to the other people when we will be inside the meeting, right? So that's obvious thing. We of course will be busy discussing the points, so I'm selecting the appropriate option. And now the most important part is that if this meeting which we are creating in Odoo, if you want the same meeting to get reflected in your Zoom account as well, simply click this particular checkbox, right? Forgetting this may you may miss out on something if you forget to check this particular mark, right? Because otherwise the meeting will be scheduled in your Odoo's calendar, but it will not get reflected here on your Zoom account. All right. Then again, the most important part and the thing here is that which kind of meeting it's going to be. Let's say it's going to be the instant meeting, it's going to be the scheduled meeting. That of course we are going to select for now, right? Because we are scheduling this meeting in advance for 20th of this month. Then we have recurrence kind of thing as well. Recurring meeting with no fixed time. Let's say if you want something wherein you can simply select on a day that okay, every Saturday or every Sunday you have something to attend, but the time is not fixed, so you can go with this particular option. Or let's say if you're completely firm and completely conformed both with the recurrence day and time, right? Let's say 10:30 a.m. on every Monday or like that. So we simply can go for this particular option. For now, it's just going to be a single recurrence, and we are just going to schedule an advanced meeting. So I'll be selecting scheduled meeting for now. Right now, since we are going to schedule this meeting and I'm going to be the host of this meeting, if I want to let other attendees to enter the meeting room, even if I will not be there, so if we want them to get entered inside the room, then we simply can make this particular checkbox right, and by this they will even be able to enter the meeting bridge even prior the administrator or the host of the meeting actually joins. All right. So yes, so we have enough options available over here, and it seems like that we have mostly entered the important information, right? And then we will simply go and save the meeting from here. Again, upon saving the meeting, as you can see on the calendar, that on 20th of August, that's going to be on Friday at 2:30 p.m. We're going to have a meeting, and that shows us like this. We always have an option to click on the meeting and check through the other things. By default, for the host, it will show us accepted, because of course the host, if the host is scheduling a meeting, then of course he has he will have nothing to do anything extra apart from the meeting. But yes, we have an option to edit the information of this meeting, right? If any changes we are making over here or in any of the forms or in any of the windows, make sure you're clicking on update meeting, because the latest updates, the latest change, otherwise will not get reflected onto your Zoom ID. The other point is that as you can see that the Scott Jobs, it shows in green because he has accepted either he has accepted the meeting invitation or he is the host. But Mr. Mark Demo shows us with a green, not with green, but a gray point, a gray dot over here that shows that Mr. Mark Demo has not yet accepted the meeting invitation. But anyways, without making any further change over here, I'm just going to save. We're just going to log out from an admin account. Now let's go and check that how other recipients will get the meeting invitation on their calendar. So since Mr. Mark Demo is just a normal user of the system and solution, and he's not the admin person, he may not be able to see everything what an admin user used to see, as we have seen in the previous screen. And but yes, he has an access to the calendar and the Zoom application as well. So yes, as you can see on the screen, that 20th of August, that's going to be Friday, and Mr. Mark Demo was one of the recipient of the meeting invitation. Simply by clicking on the particular meeting, recipient will be able to select the option whether they are accepting it, whether they feel that okay, they'll not be available for this meeting, or if they're uncertain, right? They simply can perform any of the actions based on their availability. So now let's click on accept for now, and let's see that what is happening inside the meeting. Even after that, if we are editing this meeting from here, we can see both the names are in green because both the both the administrator as well as the recipient of the meeting invitation have accepted the meeting, and they both will be available when the meeting is actually going to happen. All right, we're clicking on save, and let's jump back to our host account, to our admin account. Also, we have an external calendar over here. So again, the things and the changes we are making inside our integrated calendar, the same will be reflected over here as well. Just to let you know, otherwise I think it will be more easy to directly manage your configuration and your meetings both inside one single solution and one single application, and that's just going to be this Odoo plus Zoom application. All right, so we have created a meeting. Now let's go and check what exactly we can view in our Zoom account. And yes, this is something which has not been created separately in the Zoom application or on Zoom's website, right? But this is something we have created in our Odoo's account, and the meeting details has been reflected successfully into our Zoom ID as well. So we can simply click on here to know more about the meeting. Now let's say I just want to have some changes. It should not only be showing me the internal discussion, but I just want to be more specific in terms of the subject of my meeting. So I'll simply be going inside my calendar. I'll click on edit. I'll go at the particular meeting where I have scheduled it on my calendar. I'll just go inside the meeting like this. Let's say it's going to be the people are going to discuss sales strategies, maybe for a month or for a quarter or for a year with the company's CEO. So I just wanted to be more, specific that what this meeting is going to be about. But I'll not be directly saving the record. But anyways, let's go and check what happens if I only click on save. It will at least be showing me up over here inside my calendar that the name has been changed from just from an internal discussion to sales strategies with CEO, but it will not be showing up the updated details yet in our Zoom ID. As you can see that it is again the same. Let's refresh the page. It is only showing us the internal discussion and not the latest name that we have given to our meeting. So for that, as I said earlier, that every edits that we are doing on a scheduled meeting, we need to click on update meeting over here. But well, that's not something which is much difficult. It's very easy. Whatsoever thing that you are changing over here inside the meeting creation form, you simply can click on update meeting, and then we are about to click on save. And then accordingly, when we see in our Zoom ID, it has been renamed from internal discussion to sales strategies with CEO, which means the changes we are making on our scheduled meeting, it will directly be it will directly get reflected and it will directly have its respective changes inside our Zoom account as well. So now we have both the options available at the time of joining the meeting. Since I mean, there are many more who have been using Zoom account for the group meetings and for the group discussions and all these things. So people are quite aware about the user interface, about the operations, and about the functions of Zoom. But at the same time, when let's say it is 20th of August, and I'm about to join my meeting, I simply can go inside my meeting. I simply can edit my meeting, and I simply can start with my meeting just like this, and just by clicking on this particular button. So it may be asking us for some more thing. Let's say getting logged in, right? And that is it. We are in our Zoom meeting, and as you can see that uh, we have successfully got entered inside the meeting room, right? For now, we are going to end the meeting for all. So that is how we are exactly creating meetings over here, and that is how one single solution can take care of all your meetings by its integrated calendar over here. And to reiterate and to repeat the fact that we are just having a one single solution and one single application to manage all your Zoom meetings at a one single place. And of course that will be adding some more is of use, and that will be adding some more comfort to the usage of this solution. So guys, that is pretty much about this video. In the next video, we are going to discuss about some more meeting types. We will also be having a look at how the recurrence type meeting can be scheduled and can be viewed inside a Zoom ID. And that is how exactly the solution exactly would be working. So thank you very much for being on this video. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss out on any updates and you can know more about our other services and solutions. Thank you very much and have a nice day, guys.